Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from, everybody. It's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community on the planet. Today's Sunday, September 17th. Hope you're having a great weekend. We're going to get started with today's live stream here momentarily. I see we have a ton of people jumping on, so welcome to the live stream. And we're going to get started with today's video here momentarily. But let me know what you think of this news that came out over the weekend. Seeing no shortage of panic and all sorts of emotions. So I encourage everybody to just remain calm. That's what the stock market is designed to make people do, is feel some type of way. So just sit tight. We'll get started here in about 15 to 30 seconds. All right, let's get started, everybody. Like I said, hope you're having a great weekend. We're going to be discussing today in this live stream. Let me know what you think of this news as well, and we'll jump into the chat here at the end, but I don't have that much time. I'm going to try to keep this around 15 minutes. But Tilray Brands, is more dilution coming? And they had a proposal, a filing with the SEC to increase shares. And there were some other things that we're going to be discussing in that filing as well. But before we get to it, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future live streams or whenever I post a new video. I've got over 1,000 videos in the channel, and I've really been pumping out the content. I created my channel in 2018, but really didn't start putting out content until 2020 is when I felt comfortable. So going on 3 years, almost 4 years. So I really do appreciate all the support along the way. Also, make sure to give POW Group a follow on @GroupPOW is the handle. That's my platform of choice, x.com, formerly Twitter. Going to be using that going forward for the most real-time updates, but the handle for that is @GroupPOW. And also make sure to check out powmerch.ca. Just launched it, getting a ton of great feedback. Appreciate, love each and every one of you who have supported me along the way. And over 20 orders, and you can get your Team Tilray shirts or hoodie as well, hats, all kinds of stuff. So just sit back and grab yourself a Tilray hat, grab yourself a Tilray hoodie. This isn't the end of the world. And before we jump in, I mentioned this at the beginning of the live stream that we need to be grounded in reality, right? We probably could have saw this coming, and it's not even guaranteed yet. It's just a filing with the SEC. It's a proposal, still needs to go to a vote. So we just need to calm down. So before we get started with the news today and this filing with the SEC and by Tilray Brands, let's just take a moment and just breathe, okay? So we'll do a quick breathing exercise because I've been getting direct messages. People are literally freaking out. Some people are saying this is a good thing. Some people are saying it's a bad thing. You've got everything from, every side of the spectrum. So let's just take a minute and deep breath in, deep breath out, okay? Because we need to be grounded in reality. We need to take the emotions out of this, okay? If you didn't see this coming, and you're in panic mode, you probably broke the golden rule. You probably invested more than you were willing to lose. You probably don't understand the intricacies of the stock market or what these filings even mean. And if you're down that much money, or if you have that much money exposed into this stock and you're feeling super, fearful and panic mode, right? You probably either A, invested too much and more than you were willing to lose, or you just don't have the knowledge and the intricacies of how the stock market works. So we could have predicted this was probably going to happen. Tilray only had about $200 million in cash. They had about little over 400 million in cash and cash equivalents. But in terms of liquid cash, they only had 200 million. They bought 8 beverage brands from Anheuser-Busch, and then they bought Truss Beverage Co. from Molson Coors. So their cash, they're not sitting on an abundance of cash, right? And then it's probably going to be another, 1-2 years before we have real movement in the U.S., maybe more. They could look to buy. They said that if it gets delayed in the U.S., that we could be seeing even more purchase of spirits and things like that, which would probably require money, right? So, and we know that they're not profitable yet. It could be another 1-2 years before they're cash flow positive, or even into the EPS positive territory, right? We know that they still have a net loss. So it's going to be a little while, right? So I said months ago that it's still possible Tilray could raise and dilute 1 or 2 more times, right? So again, this isn't really new information. But if you're wondering how to view this, you just go to Edgar and you search Tilray Brands Inc, or you can just go to Google, type in Tilray Brands SEC company profile, and it'll come up Edgar and Tilray Brands. You can hit view filings, and then that will bring up all of the filings, and you can see here all of the, let's just bring that up again. So you can see here pre 14A. So here's the other preliminary proxy statements. You can see here it was filed on September 15th. And then if you click that, it'll open this. And this is what Tilray also filed as well on their IR page of their website. So it's just this one right here from Edgar. So United States Schedule 14A, Security and Exchange Commission. So we'll go through this, what exactly it means, what's going to happen, in my opinion, kind of break this down as if you were five. But essentially, it's just a standard filing. Not that big of a deal. It's a 2023 proxy statement. So you're quarterly invited to attend the annual meeting of stockholders, shareholders, annual meeting of Tilray Brands to be held on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023 at 11 a.m. Eastern. So that's the first line of business, right? The annual meeting will be held in virtual format. So nothing is guaranteed until, the 21st, and then probably going to be a little while after that. And keep in mind, we had some news about safe banking getting a vote on September 27th. We had some, we have the canopy growth vote on the 25th to potentially consolidate shares there. Even if it's voted yes, it doesn't mean it will happen, but that could be another catalyst that creates some fear in the market. We also have the MJ Act for review up for renewal here in Canada. So they're looking at potentially amending that, which could be some positive things. We have HHS scheduling through recommended Schedule 3. We have the DEA which come back in the next couple of months and either approve that, deny it, or there's a lot going on here. So there's a lot of catalysts coming up, and Germany's set to go online, right? We have potential for Florida on the ballot, so there's lots of things to be excited here for. And I don't think this is the biggest deal ever. So a lot of people are wondering, is the stock going to drop on Monday, tomorrow? It's possible. Might go down 5-10%. I don't think it's going to go down like 20 or 30% because it's not even guaranteed yet. This is just a rumor, and then we get the news, right? But in my opinion, I don't think it's going to really move it. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of dynamics we're dealing with the safe banking news that came out on the weekend as well, with the vote on the 27th, right? So we could see some momentum there to the upside, and that might kind of overshadow some of this cloudy, murky news that came out with regards to the SEC file. So the board of directors of Tilray recommend you vote for all of these proposals. Class 2 director nominees, each to serve until his or her terms expires, until his or her successor is duly elected and qualified as described herein. The ratification of appointment of PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP as our independent registered public accounting firm, fiscal year ending May 31st, 2024, I think. Hexo was using the same ones before they acquired them too. Interesting. Approval of non-binding advisory resolution on the named executive officer compensation, and approval, here's the one that got everybody freaking out, approval to increase the number of shares of common stock of the company is authorized to issue from 990 million shares of capital stock to 1.208 billion shares of capital stock. And as we know in the interview with BNN that I posted there this week, they traded more shares than Apple and Tesla, right? During that Schedule 3 and everything, with all the momentum and the euphoria that was picking up, right, and the interest back in the sector. So this is huge, right? This is a good thing in my opinion. We knew that they were likely going to be issuing more shares or diluting at some point. We don't know what kind of dilution it would be. We didn't know, but we could pretty much assume that was a safe bet to assume that they're probably going to do that because they're not profitable yet. They're still operating at a loss, and it's probably going to be 1 to 2 years before they hit cash flow positive. They just bought Truss. They just brought a bunch of brands from Anheuser-Busch, the maker of Budweiser, and they're talking about more strategic investments and potential mergers and acquisitions, right? So, like I said, I don't see how people were caught off by this, and it's not the end of the world either, right? Approval of governance changes of the company's third amended and restated certificate of incorporation of the charter to classify the board to provide all directors will be elected at each annual meeting of stockholders, eliminate the provision of the charter that allows stockholders to remove directors only for cause and any other business properly brought before the annual meeting. So your vote is important to us. If you have any questions, reach out. So it goes through in detail, talks about current positions. So yeah, there's a lot in here, but let me just go down. There was a part on the actual share proposal. Where was it? It's like way down here. Let me know what you think about this news so far. You think this is good, bad, positive, negative? You think stock's going to drop, go up? I think it's not going to have that much of an effect. And like I said, with the safe banking vote on the 27th, which we've just found out this weekend, that should be good. Here it is here. Authorized shares proposal. Proposal number 4. The board has unanimously approved the amendment of authorized shares proposal to the charter of increased number of authorized shares of capital from 990 million to 1,208 million, consisting of 1,198 million shares of common stock per value of 0.0001 per share, and 10 million shares of preferred stock per value at 0.0001 per share. The authorized share proposal only increases the number of authorized shares of common stock and will not change the number of authorized shares of preferred stock. The additional shares of common stock authorized, let me just go, yeah, that's not really anything. Let's see here. They talk about what it'd be for. It's just kind of mumbo jumbo. Let's call it, let me just see here. Where's Appendix Delaware? Yeah. Where is it? Purpose of the proposal. Here we go. The board believes it is in the best interest of the company and its stockholders to have a greater number of authorized shares of common stock to provide the company with flexibility to issue shares of common stock for any proper corporate purchase, which could include strategic investments, what did I just say? Strategic partnerships agreements, which could be like mergers and acquisitions, awards or grants under employee equity incentive plans, equity-based financing to support execution of the company's business strategy, or other general purposes. The availability of additional authorized shares of common stock would enhance the business and financial flexibility to allow the company to execute any of these transactions in the future without the possible delays and significant expense of obtaining additional shareholder approval, except as may be required in particular cases by the charter, applicable law of rules of any stock exchange or other system of which the company's securities may then be listed. The board believes that additional authorized shares of capital stock will enable the company to take timely advantage of market conditions. That means they think that there's probably good things on the horizon and favorable. So maybe they're thinking they got to buy some stuff now before everything starts to rebound and they get it on pennies on the dollar, right? A favorable financing and acquisition opportunities that become available to the company. So read between the lines, folks. This isn't all bad. And it doesn't mean they're even going to do it. They're just getting authorization to increase it, right? So everybody just needs to take a chill pill. And again, just learn to breathe. When news like this comes out, just breathe, right? Just chill. Don't get too off onto the deep end on one spectrum. Don't get too bullish. Don't get too bearish. Remain balanced. Life is all about balance, especially when you're in the finance realm. We anticipate that having additional flexibility will allow us to pursue our strategic objectives in addition to allowing us to provide equity incentives to our employees in order to attract, retain, and motivate key talent. So that's pretty much all I wanted to mention. And just remain calm. Just try to stay grounded. When bullish news comes out, you don't want to get too bullish. You don't want to get too euphoric, because then you might sell too early, and you need to have a plan. Like, what's your exit strategy? What's your entry strategy? Are you dollar cost averaging? Are you buying your support and resistance? Is that where you're selling? Are you day trading? Are you swing trading? Are you long-term investing? What are you doing? You got to get clear on that. You can't be making this up as you go on the fly, because this is what the stock market is designed to do, is to make you. I don't know how many people message me saying, "Oh my God, is the stock going to go down?" It's like, and the first question is, you probably put too much money in, right? The money that I have invested in Tilray, the money I have invested in MJ sector as a whole, I have over 15 MJ stocks and ETFs, retailers, producers, ETFs. I don't care. It's money that I don't need. It's being let sit. And I hear people say all the time, well, that's nice that you're in that situation, but I'm not. The money I put in is money, my hard-earned money that I need. And it's like, well, that was your choice, right? You didn't need to put that money in, right? And I always say, don't put in any more than 10% of your net worth into one industry or asset class, let alone one stock in that asset class. So when I see people acting that emotional, I know for a fact that the first rule they broke was the golden rule. They put way too much money in, right? And they're emotional. They're feeling some type of way, right? And now they're probably going to sell the bottom and the stock's going to go up, right? It's weird how the psyche works, right? The human psyche works. And again, I sleep well. I don't wake up and I don't see this news and say, oh my God, the stock's going to drop. I don't care. I'll buy more. If it goes below, I won't buy more unless it goes to a new low and hits a new 52-week low. But right now, it's just business as usual, right? I do not care. I'm not selling any of my positions. I'm in it for the long term. I'm here for 3 to 5 years or until the US legalizes realistically. I won't be selling a single Tilray share before we hit $10 USD. And all the rest is just noise, right? So let me know in the comments below what you think about this, or in the live chat, or in the comments below after the live is ended. I'm going to start wrapping it up because, like I said, I do have to go to my Airbnb and do some things. I'm actually in the process of closing 2 condos as well. I don't know how good my... looks like I might be glitching a little bit here. Hopefully the sound quality isn't too bad here at the moment. But maybe if you guys can let me know in the live chat if I've been breaking up at all. Can someone just say sound quality is okay or it's good? And then that way I'll know. I have some couple of questions here. Is it too late to start investing in MJ's market? No, not at all. I made this statement the other day. Someone said, oh, it's too late to invest in Canopy. It went from 34 cents to $2. I missed the move. And yeah, they said they missed the move. And then it went down almost to $1 again, like that next day. And if you look at where it was at the all-time high to where it was at 34 cents, it was down 99%. And then good quality. Okay, thank you. It was down from 99% from the all-time high. And then at $2, it was only down like 96 or 97%. So you're still down 97% at $2. And people are wondering, is it too late to invest in MJ? Of course not, right? We're still like, there's still some people that are down 80% on their positions. And if you're just getting into the MJ market now, like no better time, in my opinion. We have the biggest catalyst ahead. So super good audio. Okay, great. Perfect. Been holding Tilray shares for 1,000 years now and getting impatient. Yeah, I mean, it feels like that, right? You get investor fatigue and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, how long are you here for? What's your time horizon, right? Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you an investor? Are you, do you have it in a short-term account and a longer-term account? That helps manage emotions as well. Did you invest more than you were willing to lose, right? That's another thing, right? Because then you start to get really emotional when good or bad news comes out. And it can go either way. If good news comes out, you get really emotional and euphoric and happy, and you get this rush, and then you don't really make sound financial decisions, right? Even when you're happy, you get weird and not really that logical, right? It's like being in a casino and you win and you get all euphoric and then you end up losing all your money, right? Because you're just on top of the world, think you're never gonna, never gonna run into any kind of bad fate. And then on the upside, when things are going down, you get panic mode, right? You start making buying and selling decisions based on emotion, right? And that's what we want to avoid. We want to stay grounded in reality. We want to take a breath when this stuff comes out. Don't look at the noise. That's why I created Pal Group, was to filter out. Like if you go on Reddit, you go on some of these like mass, hundreds of thousands of people in there. Like it's so hard to filter it out and like look at the common sense and the logic, because people are just freaking out. One person's, oh, this is bullish, they're going to acquire a company, and then another person's like, oh my god, the stock's going to zero, it's going to reverse split, we're diluting again. It just, I can't stand that noise, and that's why I created Pal Group, was to filter out all of that noise and just to stay grounded in reality. So I encourage you to follow that as well. But going to end it there. Again, we've got almost 50 people here. This was a short notice. And I wanted to keep this very short because I do have a lot to do today. Friend's birthday, closing 2 condos, my 4th condo purchase in less than 2 years. And yeah, I've got to go over to my Airbnb, do some stuff there. Hit the like button. Appreciate it. I would appreciate that. Hello all. Tilray long here too. I'm in long term. Average of 165. That's a great average. Congratulations. I don't blame Tilray. I blame the politicians. Yeah, exactly. And we're kind of dealing with the hands that were dealt, right? And as he said, people who live in glass houses don't throw rocks, and that's just the lay of the land right now. We're walking on eggshells, right? Companies are going to go bankrupt or insolvent because there's just too much saturation, both from a producer and a retail standpoint. And yeah, we're going to hit the mega merger phase. We're going to see companies get acquired by LPs. We're going to see LPs get acquired by MSOs, and that's going to be the blue chip phase. And right now, we're still in the first inning. So just remain patient. I know it's hard sometimes, and that's what the media is designed to do, is kind of create this roller coaster, up and down, up and down. Good day. Happy birthday. Congratulations on the condos. Good luck, brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, my friend. But going to end it there. Let me know what you think about this news. As I said, I don't think it's the end of the world. This is just a vote. It's not until November 21st, the annual meeting. And then it still has to get enacted after that. So we're months out. And like I said, it's only going to be for strategic investments or mergers and acquisitions, that type of thing, some kind of equity deal. But I think it's a good thing overall. And this was to be expected, right? Their cash position wasn't completely abundant, right? We knew that they were down to around 200 million in cash, 400 million in cash and cash equivalents. But in terms of liquid cash, they only had about 200 million. They acquired Trust. They acquired 8 beverage brands. They talked about acquiring another company. So we never know. They talked about acquiring other brands, potentially in spirits, right? So as the more the U.S. drags out, the more the likelihood that they acquire other like spirits and beverage brands and things like that as they await federal legalization in the U.S., right? So going to end it there. Hope you have a great day and the rest of your weekend. It's Rod with Pal Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Smash the like, share the video with anybody that might find value. I would appreciate it. I love each and every one of you. Make sure to check out palmerch.ca. There's a 10% off sale going to the end of the month. But going to end it there. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again on the next video.